In this video, you're going to watch me talk about my newest tower speaker acquisition, which I bought to pretty much leave in this room because we're selling this house. You're looking at the future now. I filmed the video, most of the video, like a couple weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was a video where I'm kind of nerding out on all my tower speakers, and I got them all lined up, and I thought I was having a blast that day. So I unboxed my new 9040 Definitive Technology 9040 speakers. So yeah, let's go check it out. So in this video, I'm going to check out a new pair of DefTest speakers. So these are the BP9040s. These are the BP, I believe, 8080 STs, or Super Towers. ST means Super Towers. I bought these because we're building the new house and a new theater. These speakers are going to come with me to the new theater, but I also want to leave this theater set up for showing the house, selling the theater as a finished product, so to speak. So I wanted to get a set of speakers that could live up to, at least attempt to live up to how much I enjoy these guys. I think these have worked really well, so well that I'm going to just go with them in the new theater. I love Definitive Technology speakers. They've always been good. I feel like it's a kind of speaker company that takes chances. So a couple of things to note about the company. Number one, do they make the prettiest speakers? They don't. They're not. A big black speaker, monolithic speaker with just covered in cloth and like a sock. It's just not I wouldn't call it an attractive speaker compared to other brands out there that are just more pleasing in the eye. The wife acceptance factor for one of these speakers is probably pretty low. Not the most attractive speaker, but do they perform well, and can you get good deals on them? I got a really good deal on these. These are, I think I paid about $400 each. I'm quite happy. So let me get them out of the box. I'm not going to bore you with the whole unboxing thing. And I'll set them up right next to my big 8080 STs and see how they look. So I just unboxed one of them, and as you can see, they're significantly smaller speakers, but overall they had the same look. They had the same monolithic look. Gotta admit, I'll show you probably a little close-up, but there's a bit of a brushed metal finish. And again, you can actually buy Dolby Atmos modules that go on top. Again, this is the old model, and I'm perfectly aware that this is not the newest and greatest from Definitive Technology. They're going to do just fine in this room. I think they're perfectly good. These have built-in 8-inch subwoofers along with 2 passive 8-inch radiators. For a room this size, I think they'll be adequate. If you add at least one extra subwoofer on top of these, I think it would be enough. So as you can see, they look cool. A little bit more modern looking than mine, I would say. But overall, very similar shape. And very similar, obviously the driver setup is similar. It has a tweeter mid configuration, same as here, and the same number of drivers in the back. These are 5 1/4 inch drivers. These are 4.5 inch drivers. So there are differences, and I believe the sock on the newer models, you can't remove them. You cannot actually remove the sock off of these and actually see the drivers, but here you just gotta be happy with how they look, and I think they look pretty good. So again, my 8080 STs, I got my Triton 2s, GoldenEar Triton 2s, got the 9040s that I just got right now, and I have my Triton 7s as well. Out of these 4 tower speakers, these are the only ones that are completely passive. These have 2 5 1/4 inch mid-bass drivers with passive radiators, and these are, as you can see, the Triton 7s are actually slightly taller because they actually have a bit of an angle towards the top of them. So the front of them are a little taller than the backs, but overall they're about the same size, I would say. The Triton 2s are still not, even at the front, the 8080 STs are taller. These are all fantastic speakers. Well, I haven't heard the 9040s, I'm just guessing that they are. I haven't had the chance to, obviously I just unboxed them, so I haven't had a chance to check to hear them myself. But judging on how much I enjoy these, I'm sure these sound really great. GoldenEar and DefTech share some, similar roots. They were both companies founded by Sandy Gross. Sandy Gross founded GoldenEar in 2010, and he founded I believe Def Tech in 1990, and before that, Sandy Gross was one of the co-founders of Polk in the 1970s, and Polk arguably makes one of the best current to this day makes some of the best speakers out there. They make good value speakers. I've reviewed a couple on this channel. They make higher end speakers like the R series, I believe. All four of these speakers have a similarity with the fact that they use passive radiators to extend bass. Both of these use bipolar technology. They have another set of rear drivers that sends the signal in phase to the rear of the speaker to create more of a larger sound stage. Bose developed a speaker that was that kind of took advantage of this whole reflective sound design, let's say. Bose 901s had 8 drivers towards the rear, and it would just reflect the sound towards the back, and only one driver was pointed towards the listener. It was a very finicky speaker. I believe my dad owned a pair of them. It came with an equalizer, so if you had them set up just right, apparently they sounded incredible. But they just used tiny little, I think 3.5-inch drivers, so they had 9 of them. So again, 8 in the back, 1 in the front. So in a way, these bipolar speakers kind of take advantage of that technology. They're shooting the sound towards the back and in the front. Most of the volume is coming from the front because the rear array, I believe they're 6 dB lower than the front array. Same goes for the 8080 STs, very similar kind of situation. But anyway, I want to take these guys for a test drive, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of have all of the speakers all together to compare and contrast them. I'm not going to set these guys up yet in this theater. I'm going to set them up in I'm going to set them up in the other room. It's just easier for me to. These things are so heavy, I just don't want to move them. These actually can move a lot easier than these guys. These weigh about 100 pounds. These are about 65, so they're a little easier for me to move around. I had a blast filming this video. Again, this is a couple weeks later. I pretty much didn't have a good ending for that video, but I do plan on reviewing the Definitive Technology 9040s because you can still buy them. I know Definitive has come out with their new line of speakers, which have been reviewed very well. These speakers are probably very similar to those, although they have refined them. I believe the new ones have a new tweeter, and the rear speaker array, there's just an extra mid-bass driver in it. They've done some tweaking with crossovers and DSP, so obviously the newest speakers are probably technically better. But if you can get a good pair of the 9040s, I think you can't go wrong. I have them set up in my rec room, which is a pretty big room. It's like 20 by 35. It kind of makes me think that I don't need anything more than those. So because I got a fantastic deal on them. Are they better than my GoldenEars? No, they're not. But are they better than my full-size Definitive Technology 80 STs? Are they better than them? No, they're not better. But they're really, really close, and it's probably good enough for most people. And you really can't go wrong if you can get a good deal on one of those. But yeah, if you have any questions about any of the speakers that I highlighted in this video, leave them in the comments. If you have questions about speakers in general, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. And really helps a lot if you can subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.